Hey everyone, welcome to the Family Business Podcast. My name is Dominique Sampson.
And my name is Malobi Sampson II.
And on this podcast, we're going to talk about everything from relationships, careers, God, therapy. Listen, we are talking about it all.
So sit back, relax, and let us take you on the adventure of a lifetime.
Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. We hope that you have been enjoying all of the episodes up to this point. If you have things that you want us to talk about, the comment section is open for you. We hope that you would add your comments in. We also have a channel on YouTube, and so you're welcome to join us on YouTube. I'm so used to talking into the mic that I forget YouTube is here. So we have a channel also on YouTube, so you can see the live of this podcast. However you stream, however you watch podcasts, we hope that you would join us, and we thank you for all of those who've already joined us. Why are you looking at me like this?
Thinking.
What are you thinking about? Is my mic off?
Your mic is on.
Okay.
It's really about you right now.
It's not about me right now.
I'm thinking about all of the husband-wife podcasts that I've seen, where one person doesn't look as happy or jubilant as the other.
What?
And I always thought, like, man, you could tell a lot about their relationship just in how their countenance, their facial expressions look, but you don't know what it was they were going through right before they hit record.
Listen.
So, it's interesting. What's up, guys? How's it going?
Good.
We're in this thing.
Just jumped right into it. He's like, melancholy. Hey!
Yeah, it's important. I think that,
He's a tech guy, so he's trying to figure out make sure all the stuff is sounding.
yeah, this is our first video one. I want it to be way more fancier than it is, but,
it's okay. He did a great job.
you sound very nice.
No, you did great. You know I don't know anything about this stuff.
But I wanted multiple angles. I wanted the lighting to look a little different. We need some more lights that I left somewhere else, so. But we'll get it for next time. So, today, we're today. And on today.
So let me just jump in here and let me tell you why we are doing it this way, because one of the things about us is that we have lots of vision, lots of passion, lots of things that we want to get accomplished, and we get stuck in the tomorrow I'm going to do it because I'm gonna figure it out tomorrow, because in tomorrow I have all of the things I need to have the right way. And as we get older, as we kind of grow, we are learning that, like, you won't have everything perfect all the time. You just need to go. And so my husband's been saying to me, well, he was saying to me since like the first couple of episodes, I really want to do video. Like, I really want to do video episodes. And I'm like, man, we don't have the right space. We don't have the right look. Like, it's not good. Let's do it tomorrow. And so we just decided to go for it. And here is tomorrow. And so once a month you'll see video episodes from us. Like I said, streaming on YouTube, but then we'll continue to do our weekly uploads on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts at. You can kind of catch us there for the audio portions of things. And I feel like we're spending a lot of time talking about this today. But this is not even our topic. But I just want to say publicly that I appreciate you, and that I appreciate you taking the time to put this together here.
I prefer it in private.
It's so annoying.
I'm kidding. But yeah, no, I appreciate that. I think one of the things that I have appreciated about the push to get it done is that we're getting it done. And that is more important. And that is, depending on what it is, it fluctuates whose strength it is. But it is definitely your strength with me and doing video stuff to get it done quicker. And
I have been like, let's get it done. I got 10 minutes. I got 15 minutes. Like, let's hurry up and do it.
Yeah.
And I think that hasn't been easy for you.
What's happening?
Because I'm looking at your face, and I'm like, your face is literally like...
This would have been cool, because then there would have been a camera angle over there, so I would have been forced to engage with it. There's going to be one with you over here forced like that, so That's where we're headed.
The next time, okay?
Well, it's challenging with a 2-year-old, one.
It is.
And then
It
I
has
think
been.
number two,
It's true.
like, it's also like creating the space in our space of what we want. So.
Because are you saying like YouTubers get on there and they're like, hey, I'm here. But like it takes time to set up your background and get all the things.
That, but then also too, like, I sent you a video. I don't even know how we're talking about this 5 minutes in. But anyway, there's a girl named Brett Cooper. The reason why I sent you her stuff and was like, she has an interesting intro is she was on Daily Wire. Either she quit or got let go. I think she quit. And they hired someone else in her place who was a close friend of hers. And they tried to make the close friend...
they hired her close friend?
Yes. They tried to make the close friend as successful as her, but she's not.
It's like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC stuff.
Yeah. And so it's... so the people have called her out like, oh, she doesn't have the same feel and look and all these things.
But are you still friends after that?
I don't know. It's good. Well, because she hasn't talked about it yet. But what's interesting is like the girl's page has been growing and she's stopped doing stuff for like maybe 6 months or more. And she just went quiet.
Wow.
After she left. And so then yesterday or 2 days ago, she released the trailer for her channel coming back. And so
that's what you were showing me. Okay.
And then I didn't watch her entire first full episode, but I watched a few minutes of it. And in a few minutes of it, she's like, yeah, I've been prepping a room in my house. Because she got married, so she's like going in a different direction with her life. But but in that, she prepped her whole space, so now she will be able to sit down, turn everything on, and go, which is what you want.
But exactly what I want.
But
exactly what I want.
that'll probably happen in a few more months.
Sure.
We don't have as many responsibilities as we currently have, and as many guests as we have, as frequently as we have them. So I think then it'll be easier to make the living room our like work room. So.
Yeah, because the office area is like literally business work mixed of like.
Our current one?
Yeah, so I'm like, we live in New York, so it's like everything is kind of tight and close. So rooms are like doubling as other rooms right now. So it's like even in that office space, it's still also our bedroom. So it can't be the podcast room as well because we need space to put things. But even the ottoman that we have or the couch thing that we have, we could clear that and put podcast materials there. So we could, we could figure out how to store it. But most important to me, and like I said, I'm thankful for you because rather than holding it off until tomorrow, we did it today.
Right, which is better than tomorrow.
Husbands, they always got to reword what you're saying. Yes. we did it today. And so I think if we were to even stay on that topic of doing things today that we, ought to get done, I think what are some of the channels that maybe have inspired you to...
All of them.
Okay.
Inspired me
You're being
to
so
what?
goofy. But no, I'm serious because we're not the only ones who are like, tomorrow when I get that degree, when I get all those certificates, when I finish that program, when I get that man,
I think
or that woman.
Anyone who started in COVID is a hero for me right now.
Absolutely. Because Miss Rachel, what?
Yeah, the Netflix deal that she got is
what? But all the deals, because she has a Barnes & Noble deal. Like, she's got toys. But I mean the seen
ones, because those are like the unseen ones that you have to go out and be like, oh shoot, Miss Rachel's here. So she's doing a lot of work. And I think,
she's definitely a millionaire at this point.
For sure. And I think too that like, it's not how fancy something looks, it's how consistent you are.
Absolutely.
And it seems that people will partner with consistency, but they aren't as quick with like quality. Meaning I can have a really well polished video on YouTube and it gets all the views or no views. But then if I'm not consistent, then I may not see those people again, or it just may have happened that the algorithm was showing me, a lot more attention that day. And so when that like...
Has that hurt for you?
What?
Because as you're talking about it, you're kind of like you're.
It's a hard lesson.
Okay, I'm gonna say
it's a hard lesson
like
because we go to school
for you
to learn to do things well. You doing things well is emphasized. It's celebrated in certain spaces. It's all those things, and then I'm even thinking about we saw Issa Rae's movie that she produced. She didn't direct it, but she produced it.
Recently, this one we just went to go see.
Yeah.
What is it called?
And just thinking, I don't even remember. But in thinking about her origin, it's like she shot YouTube videos on like whatever she can get her hands on, or whatever friends she could connect with, and so.
And her first videos the content was good, but like the video qualities were whack.
Right.
But the content was good, and if we go back to that, like the Awkward Black Girl stuff, even with her, the quality was great because she was being like herself. And she was introducing us to this like quirky girl who then we get to see in Insecure in the mirror. And I'm like, those are some of my favorite parts. I could care less about what she's doing in her job. Like those are not my favorite scenes. Even some of the like romance scenes are like okay. But I'm just like, it's when she's in the mirror and she's rapping to herself and she's talking to herself. Because I do that kind of stuff. So I'm like laughing. Cause I'm like, she's showing people her.
Yeah.
And I think, she has been showing people herself. Even like we were talking about over in the theater that like all of the movies that she's shooting and that she's able to produce or direct, she's doing them in California. Or she's basing them something off of California because...
Paying homage to
exactly.
where she's from.
So I'm just like, she had a vision or a dream about herself and she believed in herself enough to do it.
And go for it.
And nobody knows where it's going to end. Like nobody knows that. Miss Rachel, I'm sure, didn't know that when she was making videos, she was gonna be on Netflix. I'm sure she did not know that.
Probably 100% true. And I think too, she probably didn't imagine that it would reach as many people as it reached.
Yeah.
And it was really like, I want to make something for my son who struggles.
Or daughter. Well, she had a son or daughter.
I thought it was a son, but struggling with enunciating words.
Yeah.
So it's like, let me focus on this one thing, and so all of the rules that you hear, find a niche. Be consistent, all these different things she was doing, not to meet the YouTube demands, but really just for her own self. And I think that's a better motivation than trying to satisfy YouTube.
A population of folks. I even think the cool thing that has been about Ms. Rachel is that people have started to like, she's a household name at this point.
She certainly
like, she really is a household name, especially for all of us moms who are going through COVID and trying to figure that whole thing out with toddlers. Like, she definitely is a household name. I saw somebody the other day have on a shirt that said, Miss Rachel is my co-parent. I thought that was the funniest shirt ever. I think it's a little disrespectful to her husband, but it was a beautiful shirt. And so I've seen
and she's
people...
still married to her husband.
And she's still married. But I've also seen people say, like, my kid went to Miss Rachel's preschool academy or preschool. And so, like, I know that our son was watching Miss Rachel. And I think that it actually helped him.
It certainly did.
Like, I think that it really did help him. So it was, she was making content that people wanted to see.
Yeah, he talks as well as he does now because of...
Absolutely. The Lord and then Miss Rachel, well, the Lord, us, and I'm just kidding.
I'm like...
Give him his due.
Shocked by what he learns, and I don't always feel like it's me being intentional with teaching him. A lot of it is like, you're learning way faster than I'm able to teach. So that's really impressive, for sure. And then in terms of, I don't know if you know, but recently people have found Miss Rachel's old albums because she released other songs.
Old albums.
Yeah. And so she's like, I think sitting on a stoop in New York City, and so she did that's the album cover. I think she has one more, but yeah, they were like, I was today years old when I found out Miss Rachel.
I was today years old. It's hilarious.
When I found out Miss Rachel had a whole album before she was the teacher, Miss Rachel, which is funny. And so...
Same kind of like kid songs?
I didn't listen to it. I just saw that she had multiple tracks. I don't even remember the names of the tracks, but it was interesting because it was like she's been going at this for years. And she finally found the right motivation to be consistent, and
and so it really worked for her. Well, I love this conversation that we're having because we're talking a lot of times when we talk about success or entrepreneurship, we always look at the models who are already there. and we say things like, man, when I get there, rather than, that's hilarious. You just showed me, Rachel.
I'm up to no good.
I'm up to no good. Miss Rachel. She kind of reminds me of like old Britney Spears back in the day.
This is the one I saw. I guess it wasn't a stoop, but it was sitting on the red chair.
Wow. Miss Rachel. Turning it up. You know people were going to find those things because they just had to. They were just infuriated with her success. Wow, Miss Rachel. Okay, y'all, I can't show y'all these pictures, but Google Miss Rachel though. Anyhow. So, I was going to say, a lot of times when we think about like success, we're thinking about like the people who've already made it. We don't, we skip over the process so much. I know I do.
That's why I appreciate thinking about the people who are successful after COVID, who I started watching COVID, and it's like, we got to watch your success, your rise to success, and it was cool to see Miss Rachel was. I mean, even thinking about Mr. Beast, he wasn't as big before
Yeah,
COVID.
it's true.
About
It's
like
true.
all these different personalities, even Kai Cenat. It's like it's interesting to see these people who are consistent, and then over time, it's like they put in the work to be here, and now they're here.
Wherever here is.
And really, the point where I'm kicking myself is like, I remember having a video started around the same time, or I remember an idea around the same time. But then it's like the difference between what's acted upon and what's thought about. It's the difference between like consistency and like perfection. But yeah. So
why do you think we're stopped at like that place of like ascribing to perfection? Like, and not that we can't. So I'm not saying that. But I think what I'm saying is like, why is perfection so crippling? Does that make sense what I'm trying to say?
kind of.
The journey to perfection, why can it be so crippling? I think I'm asking. I don't know what I'm asking. But.
Because I'm more concerned with the immediate result than the long-term result.
Makes sense.
And so I think that a lot of times
that's why TikTok is popular. Because I can post a video and a gazillion people are like...
a million organic reactions.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, really?
Right. And so then it's like, ooh, I get to continue with this. And there's something to the immediate and being able to have, like... Because I don't know that when you don't have immediate success, it means your idea was bad.
Right.
There's so many factors that could have contributed to it not being as good. But there is something to the immediate gratification and satisfaction to a certain thing. And I've also been fascinated with people who are like, you don't really know what your audience likes until you've made 100. You don't really know what you're good at until you've tried everything. And so I think that like there's some measure of we don't take the time to do everything to see a certain result. But I also think too that I'm drawn to the stories that have like seemingly quick success. And so it's like, oh shoot, like okay, cool, now I understand. I just do this and I should be able to apply. And then so many factors hinder.
But you don't get to see the Miss Rachel sexy videos in the back.
Right. And all the time that she put in before were like.
Yeah.
And so we don't know how many years it took for her to sing to be confident in her voice or confident in her writing.
Right.
Because a lot of the songs she does are her songs.
Yeah.
So we don't know how long that took for us to hear like, dang, I could write a song. It's like, okay, I'm writing a song.
The funny thing is, like, I like to watch ASMR videos, and one in particular I like to watch is Michaela, and just Michaela, but she does like Michaela Sleeps, Michaela ASMR. She has a bunch of different types of channels. And I start to watch, like, when you do something well, other people will want to mimic you. And so I started to watch other people take her, like, role play type of videos and ideas. And I'm like, she was the first person I saw do that. And it was really intriguing to me because I'm like, she whispering at a doctor's office, and I'm intrigued. I'm, like, watching this. Like, I literally have watched hours of Michaela's videos.
I was there.
They are good. But I watched how other people jumped on the bandwagon and started making those types of videos after she did.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know for us as believers, it's important to have God-given ideas, because then those are the things that sustain you, and you're not like looking for the next, like, oh, he did this many lights or she did that many whatevers, and I need to copy other people in order to feel like I'm doing something great. And I'm like, those channels, while they're growing and while copying may be the mode of some people, I think like, you know, there could be more where that came from. Like Miss Rachel's not the only one who could sing and dance and like do all those things.
There's Miss Houston is the black version.
I don't know that person.
Miss Houston's the black version, and then
not the black version.
There's also Gracie's Corner. Is another one.
Yes.
It's like animated videos.
Yeah.
I think there's a few more, but
Gracie's Corner a little hood for me though.
There's also, I think, a Spanish equivalent. That's how Miss Houston is, and so it's like, wow.
And my son be like, "What are we doing?" So.
And the interesting story with Miss Houston is she got sued by the guy making her beats.
What?
And he wanted, I think, a percentage of everything
famous.
That she got. Yeah, she didn't even get as big as Miss Rachel, but she was growing and getting a few thousand or 100,000 views on her channel. And then he was like, you know, I want all my beats back. Yeah, so she had to take off all the videos that he did the music for.
I just put no sound on them.
She had to restart. Yeah.
Wow, that's enough to break you down. I think about you know, back in the day.
We didn't even get that far yet, which is crazy. It's like we were consistent.
But that's what I'm saying. Like back in the day, there used to be a song. I believe Biggie did it, but it's called "More Money, More Problems." And so it's like a lot of times when you're dreaming, and you're trying to get to a place, you don't, like you were saying this to me, when you're dreaming, you don't always dream the negative things that could happen in that place.
The challenges
that you're gonna
that will rise.
Exactly. And so you're just dreaming like one day, I like to sing and I write music, so all that comes to my mind is like songs and music. But Taina used to be an old show, and she used to say, I always, you know, had dreams of me being a star and seeing my name in lights, but you know, that was like her focus. She never had a dream about something bad happening. And so I think about Miss Rachel as she becomes more popular. I remember on her website she had to say, like, I don't do kids' birthday parties, sorry guys. But she didn't ever think that was going to be a thing. Even with Miss Houston, as you're saying, I'm sure she didn't think that like the guy was going to try to sue her for the content, because she probably didn't even think that she was going to be as big as she was.
Neither did he.
And neither did he, or else he would have put some stuff in place beforehand. But I think that, like, again, on the conversation about tomorrow, is that like being settled in like where we are today is good.
Yeah, that's true.
And not, you know.
And that, and I think too that like the consistency builds the stamina to endure for the challenges of tomorrow.
Say it again, say it again.
The consistency builds the stamina. Or the fortitude for the challenges of tomorrow.
Interesting.
And I think that if you are given overnight fame, success, whatever, even if you're given overnight money, you don't know all the challenges that comes with. Sure. The tax issues that arise.
Which we know about having had a business, because we're like, everybody wants to be a business owner. But there's business taxes.
Right.
So, yes.
And thinking about things like the time commitment. So now it's like, ooh, before I was able to focus and do this one thing, and now it's grown or changed to the things that I can commit to or can't commit to. So I think about that and I'm like, whoa,
Wait a second. We have a 2-year-old. And we're in the middle of recording videos, and he woke up and he said he wants water. So,
bear with us as we pause to get him some water.
But hold on, I was gonna say too that like this is entrepreneurial life. This is content creator life where we are.
Yeah.
In that we don't have sitters. I watch some of the other content creators and they're like, go for it, and I'm like, but you got a babysitter.
My nanny just came to pick up my kid.
Your nanny just came to pick up your kid.
My grandma.
Exactly.
My mom.
Exactly. You have so much support to be able to help you when you're content creating. And not that we don't have support, because I think that we do have support. And I think this is like real life.
Yeah.
Like this is real life for us. So
it'll be exciting. I think it'll also, we may not consider as well who we're inspiring.
Yeah.
So there may be someone who is a content creator who's like, I have all these kids, but I have so many great ideas. How do I do it?
Just do it.
And it's unique that we are married and have each other. So that might not be the case for some. Some may be a more single parent. Some may have older kids. Some may have younger kids, and you're trying to figure out how it all works. But some may not have a good phone or good podcast equipment, but I will say that like starting, going, doing, there's something to it, and
I feel motivated by this conversation already.
authenticity, I think, cuts through quality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
It's really great.
yeah.
Okay, so on our next episode, we'll catch you guys at a later time. But why put off tomorrow? Why put off tomorrow what you can get done today? We'll talk to you guys in another episode.
Bye.